Luka Dončić, the NBA's undeniable blueprint.
Yeah. High Octane is definitely the vibe. It hammers this core idea that Luka Dončić is becoming exactly what the NBA was afraid of. Lots of stats, very prophetical tone.
It's a strong concept, for sure. That idea of Luka as this, existential threat for the league, that's killer framing for sports content.
Totally. Dynamite potential.
But the execution, specifically how that core idea is structured, that's where we need to start.
Yeah, the first big thing that jumps out. Okay, first critique. The rule demanding the core phrase gets used 39 times, plus that final triple hit. It really risks watering down what should be a super powerful message. It just feels forced, right? That phrase, Luka Dončić is becoming exactly what the NBA was afraid of. It should hit hard, like a warning bell every time. But the weakness is, like you said, that extreme frequency. 39 times in 25 minutes, plus that mandatory 0.7-second pause after each one.
Yeah, the pause too.
It takes that intended, Stephen A. Smith panic energy and turns it into something kind of predictable, almost robotic.
Exactly. It becomes this rhetorical tick instead of a genuine alarm. It completely undercuts the raw, emotional prophecy vibe they're clearly going for.
It really does. That kind of prophecy needs strategic placement, right? Scarcity makes it powerful when it's just a quota you have to hit.
It feels like someone's reading off a teleprompter cue, not like an organic, rising sense of dread.
Spot on. You're sacrificing that natural, urgent flow just to hit a number. So the suggestion here is pretty straightforward, I think.
Yeah?
Just recalibrate. Use the phrase less often, but place it smarter. Let it land after the big stats drop or after a really telling anecdote. Make those moments the peaks.
So earn the pause, earn the impact.
Exactly. Build the tension, then drop the hammer. Don't just fire it off on a schedule.
Okay, give me a concrete example. How would that look differently, say, in the intro?
Well, right now, the script apparently drops the phrase right after that opening story about SGA whispering about Luka. That's way too early.
Yeah, you haven't built the case yet.
Right. You're showing your hand before the game even starts. Save that first big hit for the stat nuke section you mentioned in the outline.
Ah, okay. Where it details the insane playoff run stats, like the 30 points, 9 assists, 40% from 3, that one.
That's the spot. Drop those unbelievable numbers. Let the audience absorb just how unprecedented that is, then hit them with, Luka Dončić is becoming exactly what the NBA was afraid of. Boom. Pause.
Okay. So the phrase becomes the conclusion drawn from the evidence, not just filler.
Precisely. It grounds the fear in undeniable data right away. And overall, just cut the requirement way down. Maybe 15, 20 times? Strategic strikes.
Keep the urgency, lose the repetition fatigue, makes sense.
It keeps that raw, continuous flow the script wants, but makes the key moments actually land.
All right, that definitely feels like a stronger approach. Shifting from just hitting a number to actually maximizing the narrative punch. Good. Okay, let's pivot a bit. Let's talk about the foundation of that fear.
The historical angle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Second critique. To really sell the idea that Luka Dončić is becoming exactly what the NBA was afraid of, that opening needs to make the historical context of the league's fear more concrete, more tangible.
I'm with you there. The script mentions the NBA spent, 30 years building defensive walls, zone defenses, freedom of movement rules, trying to stop a certain type of player.
Right, the 6'7" wizard, as they put it.
Yeah, but the weakness is it kind of just says that and then jumps straight into modern stats. It doesn't really detail how the league actively tried to legislate against players with Luka-specific combo, that size with guard skills. So the listener hears the NBA was afraid, but they don't quite feel why. It's a bit abstract. We need to connect his specific build and game to past NBA anxieties. They literally changed rules because of players like him, or maybe to prevent someone exactly like him.
Exactly. The suggestion then is to weave in a quick, vivid example from the past. A specific rule change, maybe, that grounds the fear. When the script gets to that size plus skill monster part, that's the moment to show the league didn't just worry about this archetype, they took action against it, or thought they did.
Okay, but how do we do that without getting bogged down in like a history lesson? The script needs to stay urgent, right? We can't kill the pace with rulebook minutia.
No, keep it brief. And keep it focused on serving the panic narrative. So when it mentions hand-checking rules being banned in the 90s,
Yeah?
Don't just state it. Focus on the unintended consequence. Specifically, highlight how the 2004 elimination of hand-checking was really designed to help smaller, quicker guards, to promote speed and fluidity. That's what the league wanted.
Right, they wanted more scoring, more fast breaks, more Iverson, less grinded-out post play.
Exactly. And then you frame Luka, this huge, deliberately paced guy who uses that very freedom, the lack of hand-checking, to physically dominate those smaller, quicker players the rules were meant to liberate.
Ah, so he's like the loophole, the system's failure made manifest.
Precisely. He's the bully with skill who thrives in the space created for speed demons. He methodically breaks down defenses using the very rules designed to stop guys from overpowering smaller guards like that. He's the evolutionary glitch they didn't see coming.
That makes the fear tangible. It's not just that he's good, it's that he represents a fundamental failure of the league's own strategic planning. That strengthens the core thesis massively.
Yeah, it adds a whole layer of like institutional anxiety.
Love it. Okay, third and final point. This one is about maintaining that breathless pace we've been talking about.
The engagement cues?
Yeah, the structural requirement for these specific, slow, deliberate engagement cues feels like it completely clashes with the raw, urgent delivery style the rest of the script demands.
Oh, this is a big one. And yeah, it's a classic friction point, especially for stuff trying to be this high energy, right? The script calls for fast and sharp stats, zero robotic vibes, pure panic. And then suddenly it mandates this slow, direct, almost meditated delivery for the call to action. Like, comment yes if you're ready. I'm reading every single one. Yeah, that tonal whiplash is brutal. It's like you're sprinting full speed and then slam into a wall.
Exactly. You spend all this time building intensity, maybe detailing his insane time of possession like 9.1 minutes a game, total control, and then screech halt. You shift into this quiet, almost pleading tone for comments.
The urgency just evaporates instantly. It feels less like prophecy and more like, well, standard YouTube engagement farming.
Which might be a requirement, but it fights the core artistic goal here.
Totally. So the suggestion has to be about integration, right? We need to weave those calls to action into the ongoing argument. Make them feel like part of the urgent debate, not a break from it.
Keep the same energy. Don't pause the fight to ask for likes.
Exactly. Challenge the audience within the aggressive tone. Maintain that raw, almost confrontational vibe.
Okay, concrete example again. How would that work after, say, the pace dictator stats?
Right. So you've just dropped that bombshell stat, Luka, getting 1.41 points per possession after holding the ball 7+ seconds, which is just
Nuts. Best ever, basically. Yeah, unbelievable efficiency at a slow pace. So instead of slowing down and asking nicely for comments, you pivot hard, stay aggressive. Maybe something like, the numbers don't lie, so you tell me the truth down below. Drop a clock emoji if Luka's slow-mo torture kills your team, or drop a rocket if you still think speed beats him. I'm reading every single denial in those comments right now. Ah, I see. So it's not please comment, it's prove me wrong in the comments. It keeps the debate fiery.
Exactly. It turns the CTA from a passive request into an active challenge. It fits the panic and prophecy persona perfectly because you're basically daring the audience to disagree, keeping that intensity sky high.
You're bringing the fight to them, making them part of the urgent narrative.
Yeah, it sustains the emotional core, which is really the engine of this whole piece. Every part needs to feel like it's part of the same relentless argument, not like, segmented chapters with ad breaks.
Okay, that makes a ton of sense. So wrapping this up, this script fundamentally has a fantastic, powerful concept at its heart.
Absolutely. The potential is huge, but these internal rules, the ones governing how it's delivered, were kind of strangling that potential. So, the three main takeaways for improvement are: first, dial back that core phrase. Use Luka Dončić as becoming exactly what the NBA was afraid of way less often, maybe 15, 20 times,
but make each time count. Place it strategically after big reveals. Earn that 0.7-second pause. Don't just hit a quota.
Second, beef up the historical context right at the start. Don't just say the NBA was scared. Show how their past actions, like removing hand checking to boost speed, actually backfired and created the conditions for a player like Luka to dominate in this specific, unexpected way. Make the fear concrete.
And third, blend those engagement cues right into the fire. Ditch the slow, meditative pauses for CTAs. Instead, make them sharp, challenging extensions of the main argument. Keep that urgent, prophetic energy absolutely constant.
Right. Make the audience feel like they're in the debate, not just watching it.
Exactly. Nail these structural and pacing changes, and that raw, argumentative energy should really shine through. We definitely encourage you to take these ideas, run with them, adjust the piece, and absolutely send the revised version back our way. We'd love to see how it evolves.